What is up guys, my name is Mark and I hope you're well. Today we're covering r/JustNoHOA. You guys seem to enjoy these stories, so we're going to be doing a few more. If you're new here, please consider hitting that like, that subscribe and maybe that notification bell, because as always I can't tell you how much it really does help. I've been losing subscribers ever since my return, so any help at this point is wonderful. As always, please support the music artists, because without them we wouldn't have no music on this channel. And with that being said, let's get into today's stories. Much love guys. Our first story is from JMoney6. I got my justice today. To set the stage, I just turned 30. I have a good job, spend my money wisely, save and invest. I grew up dirt poor and had nothing handed to me in life. Late 20s, the software company I had been at went public and I cashed out and moved back home to Florida. With nothing to do, I started investing in rental properties with a good friend of mine. This started about a year ago with the president of a HOA where I purchased 2 condos. This man is in his late 60s, thinks he's the second coming of Jesus. From the get-go he made comments about being young and buying houses, why my parents weren't co-signing, or must be nice to have a trust fund. Both properties had existing tenants. One still there, one left. My business model has been to completely remodel every property between tenants to get the maximum rental income. Construction was hell, literally everything was a problem. Dumpster smelled, contractors leaving at 5:05 PM, being accused of not pulling permits, you name it, the HOA president tried to meddle his way in. I submitted 6 rental applications, all got denied. I was never given a reason, but the board was happy to cash my application fees. I got my company attorney involved. It took 6 months and many wasted days in courtroom, but we finally got the books. I had a family friend go through them and found some inconsistencies. I'll save the long story, but many thousands of dollars and hundreds of wasted hours. This idiot and his 2 crony board members were stealing from the bank account. He was writing fake invoices to his own company. My magician attorney was able to get the text logs of them discussing blocking my apps. Mainly, they wanted me to dump the property so they could buy it. Now to the justice boner. We won a sizable judgment against him personally. The HOA's E&O insurance subrogated him, and today he's put his house up for sale. The house he had been living in for 30 years. To throw salt on the wound, I did put in an offer of 65% of what he was asking though. I doubt I'll get a response. The best part, we offered to settle for a fraction months ago. We even were willing to include a non-disclosure. The idiot told us to pound sand at every turn. So Mr. HOA President, fuck you, I won. The stupid trust fund baby won, and you lost. Sorry for the rant. None of my friends or family cares about it and told me to just walk away. I figured you may all enjoy it. And we certainly do. We love a bit of revenge on this channel. I've had a lot of comments on the last HOA story because like people saying, oh yeah, in some places it actually works for the upkeep of your house and stuff like that. And don't worry, I totally get that. But it's when they give power to these small little tribes is what I don't understand. And then they just literally can make these bylaws up on the fly by the looks of it and make people's lives hell is what I don't get. This is what just blows my mind, you know, coming from the UK where we don't have this kind of thing. It's just so crazy. Our next story is from PieLady10. Woman killed crossing highway due to HOA not allowing her to park in community. Not sure if this is allowed here. Our HOA has the same rule. Hope they get sued. Woman struck and killed. Text of article. A Southern Jersey woman was killed crossing a busy highway, but her friends and loved ones say it could have been avoided. They say she had to cross the road because her HOA wouldn't let her park her car near her home. Fox 29's Jennifer Joyce spoke to her roommate and mother. Jordan Ramagilia of Malton, New Jersey is turning anger and sadness into action. This could be anybody, anybody's dad, anybody's husband, she told Fox 24. For Ramagilia, it was her roommate, a bright, happy, hardworking Henkels and McCoy field engineer, Tori Gertenstacker, 25. She was struck and killed while crossing Route 70 a week ago Saturday. Ramagilia says Gertenstacker was walking back to their condo in Delancey Place after parking a Ford F-150 at the nearest shopping centre. The dangerous routine was her normal after the community's HOA slapped her with a warning that if she parked her commercial vehicle in the neighbourhood again, it would be towed. It's a rule that Ramagilia and Gertenstacker's mother are fighting to reverse, beginning with a Change.org petition. She says she didn't realise that her daughter was parking across a dimly lit major highway. Delancey Place tenant Kevin Knight says he parks in the shopping centre as well because his everyday vehicle, which is a RAV4, is also a company car. Knight says he's reached out to their community manager to fight the rule. days later, he learned of Tori's tragic death. It's just absurd that someone had to lose their life, he said. Fox 29 reached out to the attorney for the Delancey Place Condominium Association. He released a statement saying, "We are very saddened to hear the death of Mrs. Gertensacker. We offer heartfelt condolences to her family and friends. We have no further comment at this time pending the completion of our investigation." Oh my god. So she can't park her work vehicle, if I'm understanding this right, she can't park her work vehicle near her house. That's so stupid, I don't get it. And it's such a sad situation that's had to come of this, and it'd be interesting to know if they actually change their minds after this. Surely they can't carry on. They can't carry on. Although if they do, they're admitting guilt, you know. Our next story is from TMO1138. I joined the board of my HOA 3 years ago. Today we officially dissolved the board. Today was a good day. As a member of my 3-person board for my HOA, I helped officially dissolve our HOA. I bought my house 21 years ago. Admittedly, I was rather naive about HOAs and the nonsense about protecting your property values, etc. But I had a family on the way. It was quiet and, at the time, rural part of the state I'm in, and it was a nice house at a reasonable price, so I figured why not. I'd only be there a couple of years, then I could sell and move on. For various reasons we stayed at the house. Those included the house market crash, where I was underwater on the house for a number of years, and I wanted to avoid uprooting the kids out of the schools they were in, etc. During that time I watched some of the most fucked up things happen, all on the part of the board. Selective enforcements of CC&Rs, in other words, if they didn't like you, you were targeted. No enforcement of any CC&Rs, the board did nothing. A prior iteration of the board deciding to outsource to a property management company that embezzled thousands from the HOA. Looking back, that probably was the board that did nothing with respect to enforcement. So if I hate HOAs so much, why did I join? Well, because I figured I couldn't bitch if I didn't contribute. Then one day something really odd happened. I had multiple neighbours ask me if it's possible to dismantle the HOA. I told them yes, but it's a lot of work. We need at least 2/3 of the homeowners to vote on ballots saying yes to dissolving the HOA. A no vote or not voting were the same thing. So the board agreed unanimously to put it up to a vote. We went door to door, collecting signed ballots from each homeowner, answered any questions they had, including, well, what if people vote to keep it? We'd reply, then the HOA stays. That's clearly what the homeowners want. And of course there was the, well, don't you care about your house value? We need a HOA. Of course, we would tell people the same thing. If you think it's the right thing to do, you should vote accordingly. In the end, it was clear that the people living here, some of whom were the first buyers of the house and still living here from when the development was first put in, had enough of dealing with the HOA. They all felt the same pain and frustration that I did. We got over 2/3 of the homeowners voting to dissolve the HOA. We'll be working on filing with the state the results, filing the dissolution papers, etc. And honestly, the overwhelming majority of us couldn't be happier. Today was a good day. Our next story is from Mindraker. Found a pair of headphones. I'm in a condo with a HOA. This morning I found a nice lost pair of headphones in the gym, too large to fit in the lost and found box slot. Our president is a thief, so I was leery of just passing them off to her and walking away. So I found our newsletter that was accidentally emailed to everyone, instead of BCC'd. The board has been ridiculously anal about not giving us a mailing list, so I just replied to this and asked if anyone lost a pair of headphones, to give a description to me by email and I'd return it to the rightful owner. All hell breaks loose. Since then, I've gotten a message from the president, the same one who was giving me a threat from a lawyer never to speak to her again, demanding I turn in the headphones to the very same lost and found box they can't fit in. I've since gotten a message from the manager telling me not to use the mailing list and just to email her so she can send the information to the current residents, as several on the email list are not residents and prefer not to be bothered with emails. What? I'm not making this up. It's probably going to get weirder. What the hell? It's like some secret Illuminati shit that you can't talk to the sort of leader of the HOA because they're too important or whatever, so they send a lawyer to threaten you not to talk to them. What kind of shit is that? It's like, surely these HOAs are meant to serve the community as well as enforcing, they're meant to serve the community, so I just don't understand that you can't talk to them. It's just, what the... Our next story is from FHO ATA. $350 fine because garden is 4 inches too long. can no longer have a garden this year for breaking the rules. Just happened to my girlfriend's parents. Her father wanted to plant a vegetable garden. HOA rules state that garden can be no larger than 8 by 8. Plants can't grow no taller than 4 feet, so it limits what he can plant. He measured out an appropriately sized patch in the backyard. I came over with a few buckets of compost and my tiller to help him set it up. Turns out the old hag next door was pissed that the garden was bordering her property and complained to her friend on the HOA board. 2 men from the HOA came by last night for an inspection and measured the garden as 8 foot 4 inches by 8 foot 2. We must have accidentally expanded it when tilling. They fined her parents $350 and told that they have to buy sod and cover up the garden by the end of the week because they lost the privilege to have a garden this year and will be fined again every week they don't comply. Now there's a couple of things I don't know if I said right in that one, which is tilling. I don't know if that is a tilling. I'm sure it's tilling. I've heard of that before. And also sod. Is that a thing? I don't know if it was meant to say soil or something like that. Is sod a thing? Help me out here. I tried looking it up and I'm no further forward. But how crazy is that they come round and measure it and you get charged $350 and you're not allowed to plant the next year? What kind of rules is that? It just seems like it's totally made up. It's so insane. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed these HOA stories like I'm enjoying them at the minute. They're just a bit different stories and they're quite enjoyable to read at the same time and hopefully relatable to some of you guys as well. If you did enjoy, please consider hitting that like, that subscribe button and maybe that notification bell. As always, it massively helps this channel so much. Thank you, take care now, goodbye.